Everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuits. And this is a Blacklist Miniatures Fantasy Series 1 box. It has 70 plastic miniatures for any fantasy adventure. And I have already opened it so that my kids and wife could see it, but I was going to show you guys real quick. And give you an honest interpretation of what's going on here. So, everything is over-packaged. These are very good miniatures for the most part from what we see right here, but it's very over-packaged. A lot of plastic waste that was not needed, but they're in here and they're safe and secure for shipping. The gargoyle, it's a decent sculpt, got some detail. Proportions are a little wonky. There's some flashing and mold lines. The sandworm or whatever this is, it's a decent sculpt. It's got some weird mold lines and stuff. That's okay. They're not terrible. I think this is supposed to be a dire rat. It's a good mini. Maybe this is a slot or something here. I'm not sure. I think I would paint one of those up sooner than later. Some kind of ooze. It's pretty good. I guess you wouldn't even really need to paint those if you don't want to. These spiders are cool. You got a lot of detail. I think I paid $17 for this on sale. Sweeney Todd in Discord and watches the channel here sent me a link to this, and I picked them up. The kobolds, they have a dagger and a sling. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I put this guy in wrong and it's irking me. Let me fix it. There we go. All right, let's take those guys and put them back. Oops. I don't know how that was on there. There we go. And then there's a back tray. And in the back tray, we have some heroes. So let's start with the goblins, though. You have these goblins. They have a bow on their back, and they have a short sword. And you have these orcs who have a war horn, or a drinking horn of some sort, and a axe. You have these zombies, which are actually not bad. What's nice about this is I'll be able to give this to my, all my sons will get a copy of this too. You have this sweet, what do you call the jackal people? Noel. He's not bad. Yeah, his staff's a little warped, but you could heat that up and straighten it out, I'm sure. And then last but not least, you have the skeleton warriors. And they have a buckler and a broken longsword, or arming sword, more likely, looking at the handle. And they're pretty cool. Out of all the minis, those are probably the cartooniest. And then let's look at the heroes. You have this sick cleric who looks like he wants to pound a face with that hammer. He's nice. You have this halfling warrior, or she's a bard. She's a breasted bard with a leer. I think that's called a leer. There's a weird mold line on there that we need scraped off. I don't know why she's using that big of a sword. And here you go. You got, looks like more of a gnome type than a halfling. He's got kind of a bigger head. He's dual wielding. What's this? Oh, you got this barbarian chick who is pretty sick. She's got 2 magic axes, it looks like. Not bad. She's got some dreadlocks. That's nice. Always like the dreadlocks. Look at this. Elven sorceress, maybe. Pretty good. He is an elven warrior or paladin or knight, maybe. He'd make a really good paladin. Sword's warped. You have to heat it up and straighten that out. Human monk. Oh no, she's got elf ears. She's an elf monk. And you can see her business there. And you got this, maybe a half-orc archer. He's pretty good. Dwarven warrior. Ooh, a fighting man. For those of you who know what fighting men are. And a female dwarven druid, maybe. She's got some kind of like stone club there. She's pretty cool. So, I would say for $17 and free shipping because I have Prime, I really scored out big. Let's pick one of these and see how sturdy they are. And I want to pick something that I can paint easily and not put a lot of effort into. I can hit one of these with speed paint real quick and we can take a look at how it paints up. So let's close this box up. Remember, these are Blacklist miniatures, Fantasy Series 1. It gives you 5 of everything but the heroes. Let's take a look at this guy. He could take a little bit of abuse. I'm not going to slam him on the floor because my back hurts and I don't want to have to pick him up. Let's get him painted. We'll just get a little dab of this here. Oh, I didn't turn that on. Okay, we can work on his base. If I want to put flock on his base, what I have to do is get like a cheapy brush to do it. I could have swore I turned that glue gun on. I must not have. We'll do this as quick as humanly possible, though. All right, so we're going to get a little bit of this cardboard here. We're just going to dab some glue on it, like this. Again, it's not perfect, but it'll do. And then this brush is no good. But you can get like 50 of these for $1.25 at Walmart. Or I don't know if it's 50, but it's a lot of these for $1.25. We're going to have to base coat them. There's some weird where it's glued together back here, where his tail's on it. It looks like it's a little crooked and off. I don't think it's going to be an enormous problem. See if my glue gun's heated up enough yet. Come on, give me some love, glue gun. It's not quite warm enough yet. Come on, let me try again, just in case. Nope. All right, let's give it a second. I don't know what this is supposed to be. If you know what it is, tell me in the description. It might say on the box, actually. Troglodyte. Okay, it's a troglodyte. Come on, you. Give me some glue. Is that enough? Not really. There we go. All right. We're going to quickly do this because I have a lot of things to do tonight. I had a little minor surgery, and I'm not even supposed to be able to talk. They told me it was going to be difficult to speak, but yesterday I whispered a lot. And I woke up this morning with no discomfort in my vocal cords at all. My larynx is fine. And if you can hear me, there's no graininess on my voice anymore. At least not that I can tell. I don't notice it. So for you longtime listeners, you're probably like, hey, Doom has his voice back. And I do. I'm pretty happy about that. Now, I do not get every square inch of this dude with the paint. You can see there's some gray showing through, and it really won't matter too much for what we're going to do here. I'm going to do a real quick technique. We're going to get a soft brush, some white paint, I need cardboard. Hold on. We're just going to get a little bit of this white here. Just like that. And we're going to come around here and hit him. Just like that. And I'm a super lazy painter. For those of you that have been around, you know that. I'd like to thank Sweeney for recommending these to me. I think for $17, I got a hell of a damn good deal. They're sturdy. You saw me slamming it around. That's probably harder than you're going to drop it or throw it on your tabletop in most cases. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased. Let's be honest. Not a bad deal for 17 bucks. I got it on sale. I think the normal price was 30 bucks. And even at 30 bucks, I would say if you're trying to cheaply build a good collection of enemies to use, even though there's a lot of repeat sculpts, You could do a little bit of customizing, bending some arms around and changing some things up, and you can get it into a very manageable position. So since I'm currently doing a Western campaign where everything's kind of in the Old West, you know what? Let's use my new Dungeon Swag thing here. I've not used this yet. Asco sends these to people who have been subscribed for a while. So if you had a few months of subscription, he sends you one of these. And they're actually designed to be used with blue tack, but I'm a super glue nut. Or I mean a hot glue nut. So let's get started. So for speed paint, we're just going to get a little bit of tape here and just make a disposable palette real quick. And we're going to use some different colors on him, and then we'll paint the base up. So for speed paint, I think the cool color to use on this dude would be this Desolation Brown I have over this brown and white base coat. So this is going to be real easy. We're just going to get that. And we're going to get a kind of a, where's my base coat brush at? I don't even see my brushes. Where are my damn brushes? I moved them. Oh, there we go. So we're going to use one of these brushes here. It's called a regiment brush. Here we go. I'm just going to dampen the tip with my mouth. We don't want it to be overly wet. And then I'm going to come in here and start coating this dude with it. And I might need a little more paint than I squirted out, but that's okay. Looking at him. Let's bring this down a little bit so you can see better. Because I couldn't even look in the camera. It was so high up. I want to get all that box in the review portion of the opening there. So these are sturdy and they're detailed. Are the sculpts amazing? Not necessarily, but for the price, yes. For the price, these are phenomenal. And I think for the color I'm using, this is a good color. It's called Desolate Brown. And this is out of that Speed Painter 2.0 box that I got for Christmas from Lady Von Doom. My beautiful, beautiful wife. Yeah, I know. You're like, your dorky ass has a pretty wife? Oh yeah, and she has big hooters. Long legs. Yeah, it's true. Somehow my dorky ass landed a beautiful woman who, by the way, after she met me, fell in love with D&D. So I have a D&D room in my house, and she was on Team D&D room when we were buying a new house. We actually told the guy what we wanted and said, only show us houses that have enough rooms, and one of them is big enough to be what we're asking for. And he pulled it off and got us what we wanted. I actually became friends with him after that. We talk. I'm going to be buying some property to build some hobbit holes. He's going to help me. I need more Desolate Brown. Oh, now I use way too much. That's what happens when you rush. We're going to see my baby cousin's final play, his final high school play. He won't be in any more after this. He's going to be graduated. They won't have any more productions. And even though I don't really like plays, especially musicals, you know, you got to be supportive of your family. And our family really strives to be close. We teach that from a young age, that we are loyal and good to each other. So even if you don't want to go do something like this, you do it to show support. And also, there's another hidden reason I go. And it's because of the first time I went, I learned something. So they have all these things where you can buy like flowers and gift bags and stuff for the performers. Well, some of the kids that are in the plays don't have families with money and don't have like fans and aren't well liked, and there's just different reasons. I don't know all the reasons, but no one buys them like the gift bags and flowers and stuff. So I always make sure I bring a wad of cash, so when I can ask, you know, which people aren't getting a lot of stuff, and kind of, you know, help those kids that aren't getting the same amount of stuff as the others. And that makes me feel good. I don't do it for them, I do it for me. Man, this guy's looking good. Real easy paint job, too. I'll tell you what, their speed paint is just next level amazing. I don't really like to use these brushes for too much. Because they're nice brushes, and I want them to last forever, and I don't take care of my stuff, if you ever watch me. But let's do the base here. Pardon me, I'm getting some drainage in my throat from that procedure. Okay, and this is not to be perfect. I just want to make sure I don't get it on my toes. Now, because of time constraints, we're not going to be able to do the mouth and eyes and stuff, I don't think. But, well, we can try it. We can try it. Might as well give it a shot. We'll see what we can do. Let me see what time it is. Let me look at my phone there. Okay, we're going to have to rush, but we can get it. I'm really glad to have my voice back. It's been really hard, especially when I DM, because I can only do, like, when you have this, like, gritty, like, horrible voice where your vocal cords always feel like they're at the limit, and you can only bring your voice down and not up at all. It's like you can't do a lot of voices. And in this Western campaign, that's made it easier because I'm already a hillbilly, so I kind of have the right drawl in my speech if I don't hide it. Okay. We're just going to get some water. Dry that brush off. Steal some of this. We'll just use this this here since we already have it out. With a really wet brush and that beige color, we're just going to poke around in here and break up that for a painted desert kind of look. We're not putting a whole bunch of tons of crazy effort into it. We're just kind of banging that around just to break it up some and make it interesting. Something like that. And we're going to do the same thing again. Wash out our brush, wipe some of the moisture off, and get some of this khaki. With that super wet brush, I'm going to grab some of that khaki. I'm going to get that smeared around, and then I'm just going to break that up even a little bit more. Okay, something like that. We have this brush out. Let's continue to use it to make life easy. I'll put that paint away. And if you remember correctly, this was not a slot. It was not a localath. Let me look. It was a troglodyte. Troglodyte. I would like to modify him somewhat because he's kind of, I don't know. I think a troglodyte is someone who are using primitive weapons and stuff, not as somebody who's naked and heavily armored like that. So let's get a black paint and go around the base. And you want to make sure that there's some moisture in your brush so that you don't have a disgusting clumpy line around your base. So I'm just going to come here. I'm just being real careful. I don't know if you guys can see that real well or not. I hope you can see. Okay. That's a lot of black paint. I did not need that much. I got some awesome fan mail today. I'll show it probably tomorrow or the next day. But I got one of the viewers here sent me an amazing purple dragon that I love. It is so well done. The outline and edging around the plates is like next level. Obviously, he has much steadier hands than I do. He painted it for me. It's beautiful. I love it. And the best part is, in the box was a 2 fluid ounce bottle of the best paint color on earth, pavement. Okay. All right, clean your brush out. Take most of the moisture off it. Get a little bit of the white. Just a tiny dab of white. Smooth that out. Make sure there's no lumps in it because it's chibi paint. And let's come in here and look at his mouth. This is probably way too big of a brush to be doing this. Oh my gosh, I almost dropped it. We're going to get in that mouth and just drag that around in there and darken that or lighten that up like that. Okay. Just like that. And we're going to hit him with the air gun. See what we can do. I'm going to get an off-white and a very, very tiny brush. When I say tiny, I mean a fractional brush. And fractional brushes are just brushes that are smaller than the size 1. I don't make the term up. I learned it from old heads back in the day, and I still use it. So I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to lightly dab that eye. And I'm not going to be painting these any other way. I'm going to lightly dab that eye, just like that. And then I'm going to grab a pink or a red. This is called Bright Red. I've never used this one. At least not from, yeah, the other ones I have are Blood Red and Slaughter Red, so I have not used this one yet. Let's get a little dab of that. Boop. And using my Regiment brush again, which is a really big brush, I'm going to come in here and speed paint his mouth. And I'm not worrying about getting every spot or perfect, because from a distance you won't be able to tell. Now, I think that you could do some more with his claws if you want to make it more interesting, but we're out of time. And I think you could do something with his toenails or whatever they're called. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with him. A light dry brushing of a medium tone green or like a reddish brown might look good on him too. But you'll have to decide that for yourself. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment, and do all the happy, crappy things that make the channel grow. All the things that the great spirits of the algorithm demand of us. Also, please check out www.dungeon-swag.com and buy some miniatures. If you can't, we completely understand. But if you're going to do it, make sure you check out the discount code if you're a first-time buyer in the description of this video. Come to the Discord and hang out. That'd be super sick. Play some video games with us. We were playing Marvel Rivals earlier, which is like a 5v5 or 6v6, sorry, like slugfest with superheroes, and it's actually kind of fun. I've been playing Thor, and man, he's good. All right. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.